everyone, welcome back to Drawn by Annie channel. I'm very glad to meet you back again at my channel, and this is part 2 on my little experiment with the tools. And today I'm testing out acrylic paint pens. Grab your tea, grab your coffee, grab your snacks, and let's dive right in. So in part 1 of the video, I was coloring the same sketch with alcohol-based markers that I'm usually using for my art, like on a regular basis. This time I decided I would check out the super hype acrylic paint pens because I've seen them all over the internet and everyone's hyping about it, so I decided to also give it a try, since I like to try out new medium, especially if it's traditional art. So here I am. So I have used acrylic pens before, but they were different from the ones that I'm using right now. These have brush nib and it's very soft. It really feels like same as alcohol-based marker, but it has like acrylic ink inside, which makes me a little bit confused in a good way. Because the ones that I've been using before, they had plastic nib and the paint kind of flew out of the barrel, and I had little to no control of how to use it. I'm not sure if that's the brand or if I'm just not skilled enough with the medium, probably both. But like, I struggled a little, especially as the first timer. I drew on a surface that I'm not usually drawing at, which was my sketchbook cover, the one that you seen in the beginning of this video. But when I took these pens, I was immediately amazed on how much I can really control the ink. Like, I'm doing these little strokes here and it really doesn't leave much trail. Like, it leaves exactly as much as I wanted to, which is usually not the case for the paint because I'm not using paint that much often. But this was like kind of magic to me. Like, I was really surprised and I like how it goes so far. So the first and the biggest difference with alcohol-based markers is acrylic paints, they are staying on the surface of the paper. For the alcohol-based markers, the ink, it goes through the paper and you can see how it bleeds through it, and you can literally make like the same drawing behind the same page. But for the acrylic paints, they are staying completely on the surface. They are not bleeding through at all. So if I'm turning the page, you will not see any sign of drawing on the other side of this page. For the alcohol-based markers, you will see like an incomplete drawing somehow, because some of the parts are bleeding through more and some are bleeding through less. So it seems like an unfinished drawing. I have decided to test out the same colors for the both mediums. This package that I've got was like 36 colors and it doesn't have like much of them, but I still tried to kind of use the same colors for a more accurate test. You see this character, she has like a double colored hair, and I wanted to specifically test how smoothly I can make a transition to one color to another. Acrylic paint pens, they are not this kind of medium, like they're not blending into each other much, which also makes it a very forgiving medium because, as you can see, beginners, as a beginner's artist, they are making some mistakes, obviously, and I also do it. With this medium, you can easily cover it up. For the alcohol-based markers, it's not that easy, like because it's semi-transparent, you can still see the layer below the one that you are currently putting on the paper. But with acrylic paints, no problem, you can just go on and put more layers as you need to, if you need to cover your mistake, like and it doesn't matter whether you're using like a darker color or lighter color, it will cover it anyway. Probably white one will be a little bit more transparent because of the physics, I guess. but the rest, they are covering it just nicely. And also another experiment that I wanted to test out for this medium is, will I be able to use my fine liners as a line art for the sketch, because that's what I'm used to a lot. I like this thin or like a variety of lines, as you can see from the first sketch next to this one. I like to make thicker and thinner lines where I need them to be. With the brush nib, I cannot be that precise versus the line, like a pen, line pen. As you can see, as I'm continuing to put this line art, it looks pretty decent. Like, it's not transparent, it's very much seen, and it looks fantastic. To be honest, I did not expect that. This medium gives a little bit of messy vibe, at least the sketch that I've made, but to be honest, that's how I like it. I like to make messier sketch, and sometimes I want to be super precise and make it super clean and like perfect, but sometimes I just want to freehand stuff and I want it to look messy because it looks nice that way. And I can add up more details with my liner in case I need to. For the hair, for example, I can make like a tiny braid or one hair showing up. Since I have pretty limited palette, I'm trying to play along with some colors. I'm using analog colors for the shirt, like a lighter yellow and then a bit darker yellow or orange. In this package I have like 3 colors of each with different saturation, like hue. So I have like a light blue, darker blue, and then there's like purple. So it kind of forces me to try and use either limited palette or like try to use more contrast colors to help complement each other. But I still need to learn this more because I'm not used to this technique. You see, I'm pretty basic artist. My skills. I'm coming from a hobby background, so I'm still learning as I go. I'm glad that you're here with me to learn, actually. So please leave me a comment if you find this useful, and if you also want to try acrylic paint pens, and if you tried them, what do you think about this medium? Because so far I'm liking it so much. I think I can use it on more crafty days, like sometimes I'm drawing on a regular paper like here, but sometimes I want to decor my sketchbook, and alcohol-based markers, they're not good for this purpose, but acrylic paint pens, perfecto. And I think that's what I'm gonna use it for. I love making sketches on my own sketchbooks because I usually take the cheaper ones that doesn't have any design on the cover, so I can customize it on my own. I'm usually putting some stickers on top, but yeah, rarely I did decor because I didn't have like a proper medium for this, but now I do have it. Yay! I did mention in my previous video that I cheated a little bit on the highlights on the alcohol-based marker sketch because I didn't have a proper setup for this highlight, so I had to use the white acrylic pen to make these highlights on her hair. So I'm just gonna go ahead and use the same white color of acrylic pen to make some highlights on this sketch as well and make slightly softer transitions. And I'm pretty much done. I hope you like the result as much as I do, and I really did like the process a lot. So what do you think? Which one is better? Alcohol-based markers or acrylic paint pens? Let me know in the comments. Thank you so much for your support, for your likes, shares, and comments. I'm reading everything, I promise. I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye!